Well, I actually don't necessarily believe it's a fight between East and West. I think one of the points that Bill Hari Kauzakan brought up that I think is very, very important for everybody to keep in mind is that we all have agency. Just because two great powers believe that we're all stuck in a strategic competition doesn't mean that the rest of us have to accept that premise. And countries like the UAE or countries like Singapore or smaller countries or middle powers have a tremendous amount of agency to try to reshape those narratives and reshape the way that countries are engaging on these issues. Well, I think certainly it creates a lot of opportunities for debate among the members, but I think actually what it means is for these multilateral organizations, this is a very important moment in time where they can maybe breathe some new energy into what it is they're trying to do. We've seen in recent years, for example, the GCC's maybe had some fundamental questions about what kind of body it wants to be. Something like this, I think, gives it an impetus to maybe re-engage and start thinking about these big questions in a more energetic way. And I think it's actually a great time for these organizations. AUKUS and the Quad, I believe that it's still early days. Obviously with the Quad, this is something that's been discussed for a long time, but I think in each country, when you look at it, a lot of them have been tied to specific parties or leaders. Japan, for example, this was very, very strong under, oh my goodness, the former Prime Minister, I can't remember his name. Shinzo Abe, thank you. When Shinzo Abe, his first go as Prime Minister, this is something that he was working very hard to promote. And then when he left office, I believe in 2007, Japan stopped talking about the Indo-Pacific and the Quad for several years. And then he came back into power and it became something that Japan was using to organize its foreign policy around again. So I think this kind of underscores some of the issues. I think also it's the perception of these organizations as a China containment body are things that are going to inspire a lot of responses, especially out of Beijing. It's going to also bring other countries such as Singapore. You know, the Singaporeans have been asked many times if they want to engage with this, and they say, look, our interests are not in a bipolar Southeast Asia or Indian Ocean region. So I think most countries would like to have that strategic autonomy to use their agency to try to reframe these questions in a way that's more appealing to them.
The last one on ADSD events such as ADSD.
Well, this is wonderful, especially having not had anything like this for so long. But just the people that this brings together, the ideas that get shared, the different perspectives we see. I mean, in my panel, we saw some very broad disagreement on a lot of these questions, and I think it's great for everybody to experience this type of thing. We need more of this. I think we need more organizations like this. We need more Track 2. I think really, at this moment in time, this couldn't be more important.